Ethan Hayes rested both hands on the wheel, shoulders broad but worn, the faint lines on his face catching the passing light as if they held stories the night itself recognized, and beside him, Ranger, a 6-year-old German shepherd with a coat of ash gray and pale cream, sat upright, ears slightly angled forward, not tense, but listening in the way only animals ever truly do, as if the world had whispered something too quiet for human ears, and for a while, nothing happened, just the steady rhythm of rain tapping against metal and glass, the occasional gust of wind nudging the truck ever so slightly, until Ranger's posture changed, not dramatically, just enough for someone who knew him to notice, his ears lifting higher, his nose tilting toward the curve of the road ahead, his body going still in a way that wasn't fear but focus, and then he stood, placing one paw against the dashboard, letting out a low, almost questioning sound that Ethan felt more than heard. "What is it, boy?" he murmured, voice rough but calm, following the dog's gaze out into the rain, and at first, all he saw was darkness and water, the blurred outline of the old stone bridge just past the bend, but then came the sound, faint, almost lost beneath the storm, the high metallic scrape of something struggling against gravity, and Ranger didn't wait this time. He barked once, sharp and certain, already moving, and Ethan was out of the truck before the thought had fully formed, boots hitting the soaked ground, cold rain biting through his jacket as he ran toward the bridge, the world narrowing to instinct, to motion, to that sound, and as he reached the curve, the scene revealed itself all at once, a long black limousine angled dangerously against the low stone barrier, its rear wheels spinning slowly against the wet surface, inching closer to the edge, headlights casting a pale beam into the rushing water below, and through the cracked side window, he saw her, a woman in a white wedding dress seated in a wheelchair, her hands gripping the armrests, her expression not panicked but impossibly still, like someone who had already made peace with something the world hadn't yet understood. "Hold on," Ethan called, though he didn't know if she could hear him over the rain, and Ranger was already there, circling the side of the vehicle, barking in short, urgent bursts, the pattern he used when something mattered, really mattered, and Ethan reached the door, fingers slipping once against the wet handle before catching, pulling hard until it gave, the door swinging open with a dull creak, rain flooding in, the scent of wet fabric and cold metal filling the air. "I've got you," he said, not loudly, just steady, as if the words themselves could anchor the moment, and the woman looked at him then, her eyes clear, searching his face not with fear, but with a quiet kind of trust that arrived too quickly to be explained, and Ranger pressed close, his body angled between them and the shifting weight of the car, as if he understood the fragile balance of it all, and somewhere beneath the sound of rain and breath and the low groan of metal, something deeper seemed to move, something unseen but present, like the night itself was holding its breath, waiting to see what would happen next.